Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Narumi Zaman.
And I'm Sayumi Kamata.
We belong to the Waseda flamenco circle named Vamo. Vamo means in Spanish,
Let's do it!
Which name is come from our team name.
Today, we are going to make a presentation about a problem with Japan's pension system and a possible solution to the problem. Please look at this slide. This slide is a brief outline of our presentation. First, we would like to talk about problem and explain why the problem is serious in Japan. Then, we suggest solutions.
Let's start with the problem. First of all, let me ask you, what do you think this number shows? This is Japan's Gender Gap Index ranking in 2013. Of 135 countries, Japan is ranked 105th. South Korea is ranked even lower, 111th. This shows that in Japan and Korea, differences between men and women are bigger than in most other countries. Basically, efforts in Japan and Korea to utilize the female workforce have been ineffective. The theme of utilizing female workforce and women's social progress in general has been discussed a lot recently in Japan. In fact, Japanese government has implemented an economic stimulus plan called the 3 arrows. One of the arrows is a growth strategy, which includes utilizing the female workforce. On March 19th, Shinzo Abe, the Japanese Prime Minister, declared that the particular tax exemption for low-income earners should be changed in order to encourage more women to work. Please have a look at this slide, briefly explaining Japan's spousal tax exemption system. At present, a person whose spouse's income is under 1,030,000 yen can save a lot in taxes. So, Japanese homemakers tend to work less in order to not to surpass this income limit. It is called the 1,030,000 barrier. Prime Minister Abe also identified another factor which discourages women from working outside of the home, something related to the current pension system. And it is this problem that we would like to focus on in this presentation. The problem in the current pension system is similar to the spousal tax exemption problem. Let me explain in more detail. Please look at this slide. This shows the 3 main beneficiaries among the Japanese pension system. The first group is composed of self-employed people and students. The second group is composed of employed people, for example, office workers and public employees. The third group is composed of spouses of second group, who do not work or whose income is under 1,300,000 yen. In short, they are homemakers. About 99% of them are women. This fits with the traditional idea of a family, a working husband, and a stay-at-home wife. The Japanese government set up this third pension beneficiary group for a couple of reasons. One was to establish a right to a pension for homemakers. Before setting up the third group, homemakers did not receive their own pension from the Japanese government. Instead, the husband just shared his pension with his wife. However, if they divorced, the husband would have received the entire pension and women would get no money, often leaving her in a very difficult position. This caused the Japanese government to rethink if homemakers were entitled to something. The third group was also created to encourage more women to have children by giving them an incentive to stay home. However, this was ineffective, as Japan's population is continues to decline. Now, among these three groups, who actually contributes to the pension system? The first group, self-employed people? Yes. The second group, employed people? Yes. But they are those who don't need to contribute at all. That's the third group. For most of them, the only things they have to do are housework and child care, because her husband's income is enough for everyone to live comfortably. Now, consider this. How about single mothers? Which group do you think single mothers belong to? If you thought a third group, then that is incorrect. Single mothers belong to the first group or the second group, so they must contribute to the pension system. Imagine you are a single mother, you worked very hard in the day, and after the work, you have to take care of a small child and also have to do housework. It's very hard for you, but you have to contribute to the pension system. Wouldn't you think it's extremely unfair if women who do not have to work also get a pension? Today, women are being hired for many jobs that were previously open only to men. And with more women working, the gender gap had started to close. And with women's social progress, the traditional family was also supposed to change. However, the pension system has remained the same. So, we should change the system in order to encourage more women to work and to be fair to women who choose to work. So, just to sum up quickly, current pension system has two problems. There is an inequality among three beneficiary groups. And this inequality affects a woman's decision about working outside the home. Those who belong to the third group tend to work less in order to not surpass an income of 1,300,000 yen. And many don't work at all.
Up to here, we have spoken about problem. Let's move on to solution. We suggest following reforms to improve the current pension system in Japan. First of all, the Japanese government should abolish the exemption of the third groups, housewives who don't work or work very little. Now, we realize that such a change will severely affect poor families. By poor, we mean families whose household income is less than 1,500,000 yen a year. For these poor families, a special pension exemption should be granted to those who stay home to take care of a child or elderly parent. Our proposed reform will result in greater equality among three pension groups, and it rewards those who devote themselves to working outside of the home. On the other hand, if nothing is changed in pension system, we will likely see the following. Firstly, a shrinking of pension system's money reserves due to a gap between pension contributions and pension payments to retired people. This is a very serious problem, considering that Japan's elderly population is increasing. Secondly, a continuing shortage of labor in Japan. It was reported that certain businesses are unable to expand due to a shortage of workers. And thirdly, a continuing drop in Japan's gender gap ranking, where the social progress of women slows down or stops. Now, let me summarize the points of our presentation. We spoke about how the pension system is unfair and unsustainable, and suggested solutions where the Japanese government should abolish exemption of the third pension beneficiary group of housewives. However, the special consideration should be given to poor families. The Japanese pension system has been continuing in its current state since 1985. However, the traditional family role of working husband and stay-at-home wife or mother is no longer suitable nor sustainable in today's Japanese society. So, more women need to work for the social progress of women and for the growth of the economy. Thank you for your listening.